My real name is Darling, Darling, Garrison. Well, maiden name is Barrows. I was born over Beaver Creek on the Walsh Ranch, and I was taken away from my folks in 42 and sent away to boarding school until 1950. So I was raised in a boarding school.
Mm.
I was one of those, when you heard about being taken away from there. And I don't know my language, because it wasn't taught to me. I was taught was English. Did you want my age? I'm 87 years old. Go on. My father was Charlie Barrows. Mom was Evelyn Adams. Nettie Walsh. That's all I know is my grandma. Here, South Dakota. I don't know what they fixed at that boarding school. It was good. They made the best bread. All I remember is they baking the good bread, and for dessert we always had, a lot of times we had figs. And then they made the best salmon gravy. That's all I remember about. But otherwise the food was good. But those three things I really remember, because I liked their salmon gravy. Just played in the house with my friends, or was in school or whatever like that, and we did raced sports. I wasn't good at any of the sports. In boarding school, no. See, because I was sent away during the war and didn't come back until after the war. 47, I think, I was raised in boarding school, for 5 years. Mm. So it wasn't, I'm not just taught us white, so otherwise we couldn't speak our language, just like my grandma did when she went to Chicago. If you spoke your language, she got beat, and we'd get punished in boarding school too. Mm. So there wasn't anybody there to teach us, none of that. So you kids are lucky, you don't have to go through that. Yeah, you can learn your language and you won't get beat, and your elders are willing to teach you, so learn it. Don't, like us elders, a lot of us elders, you heard about it, I read about it, so I'm one of those products, or kids being taken away and mistreated and stuff. I'd get beat pretty bad sometimes. After midnight, when you went to bed at night, lights went out, you weren't supposed to say a word. You were supposed to keep your mouth shut, or if you didn't, you got beat, and which I did a lot of times, because I couldn't keep my mouth shut. Yeah, we used to taught catechism. We called it catechism back then. And I went to church on Sunday. Our priest would come out. We had good stuff to really taught. Our school plays, to do that, we did every fairy tale school play at that place. But we didn't have no band or nothing like that. They did have instruments, but they wouldn't. In the later years, they wouldn't teach it to the kids. I remember seeing all the instrument in the gym. It was kind of downstairs, and all the instruments were there in that big gym. For Christmas time, all we got was a sack lunch and some candy, mostly peanuts and some hard candy. No, I lived on the ranch over there at my grandmother's, on the southeastern side of the reservation. My grandma, she raised a big garden. Us kids had to work. First thing we did in the morning with Grandma, we had to get up and go feed the chickens, milk the cows, which is 4 of them we had to milk, and then we'd haul fresh spring water while she cooked us breakfast, which was a big breakfast, because we had to work hard during the day, working in the garden and doing things, weeding, and hauling water to water the garden. But I say one thing, My grandma let us be kids because after our daily chores and summer, she let us go play. Me and my brother and sister. My sister didn't have to go. My little sister went with us, but she went 1 year to boarding school. And my mom took her, and then I don't know where my mom ever went. I and my brother were left to go to boarding school. No, I don't believe in that. No, because it's too hypocritical. Think about it. Your Catholic Church, look what they did to our people. Up to the mission, look what they did to the elders. They were mean and cruel. Some of the sisters were good, but that's what I was told. One of my good friends, she's gone now, she was telling. And then my ex-mother-in-law used to tell what they used to do to the kids in church. So I don't believe in it. It's too hypocritical. And I won't receive the sacraments because, in my point of view, receive the body and blood of Christ, that's cannibalism. It's like eating a person, right? Do you ever think of it? Because this is my body, this is my blood. So you're eating a person, and that's gross. Yuck. I won't. And then if you think about it, if you talk to your folks, they're always changing the rules in the Catholic Church. When I used to go to church, it was nothing but Latin. It wasn't in English, but you understood every word you go. In my point of view, he was talking to the Almighty for us, instead of reading the Bible, because we didn't understand what they were saying in Latin, because we weren't taught it. And we didn't know what they're saying, so I just figured he was doing good by talking to the God had a certain language, and the priest knew it. That's why he was praying for our safety. That's what I thought. And I thought for a long time until after I moved here to Hays in 67. And I started talking to all these elders and what they were treating. I just started turning against the church and quit believing in it. Not when I was young. Oh yeah, when I was with Grandma, we'd go to Lodgepole, that great big building where you go, that wooden building. They had some good powwows there. Because Grandma would go over in a team and wagon, and she'd take all her extra, like coffee cans and syrup cans, because they'd feed us like they still do. But it was always boiling meat and macaroni. Geez, I remember those three things. Oh, and then they always had somebody would make rye bread, and they'd feed us at all the powwows there. Grandma would take us to over there and dancing like that. Everybody participated, But I never learned to dance. I just sat and watched. We need more looking after. I mean, like now, I don't care to drive because I had surgery in my eyes. And my focus sometimes goes cockeyed, so that's why I'm scared to drive. I can drive, but then I'd sooner be safe than sorry. Because sometimes I get double vision. So I just not sure myself. I still have to have surgery on this eye again. What else do we need? We need to have us looked in at more, see if there's things that we really need and help. Like me, I wait on my kids, but it's better late than never. But I usually still make myself do everything. Only thing I play out easy, because I have a heart condition now too. And I have a knee, that's from falling down a flight of steps years ago. Now it bothers me, that's why. Otherwise it gives out and I can go down. And that's why I use a third leg. Let's see what else we need. Just checking on our needs and our elder needs, a lot more than that. And see if we need somebody to take them there, and just to come visit, see if there's any little things they can do. I had my grandson come over. I pay him to get me wood, split wood for me. He don't want to take the money, but I make him take it anyway, because he's got to have gas, just to come over from Lodgepole over here and see what else do we need. That's all. Just look after us better, take better care of us. Because I know there's a lot of us that you may ask them, but they'll say, no, I'm okay. Like me, I'm okay. Oh, I'm okay, I can manage. I'm pretty independent yet. Even if I am crippled, I still climb a ladder and everything. at 87. As you can tell, I put stuff up. I live alone because, like I said, I just make myself do stuff. I don't want to, but I ball myself out. And God, come on, Pana, get up your bottom dollar and do it. So I get up and do it. Takes me a while, but I get it done. And this, just like you see my table set like a tablecloth and mats. That's what I was taught in boarding school. So that's one good thing, you know, keep your table, what you call, and your place clean, washed and stuff. But I just got to have a tablecloth. To see a naked table just ain't right. I suppose your folks did the same, do they? She does? Who's your grandma? Oh, Lucille? Yeah. Who's your grandma? Mary Agnes is your grandma? I think, because she went to the Christian mothers here at the mission, and I think a lot of them did. That's where. One thing I remember coming over here with Grandma years ago, I don't know what would come over here. She went to see her good friend, Jones. I can't think of her name right now. But we come up here, we went to Kern's store, and I remember the roads were just gravel roads then. And all the kids had ice skates, and they were skating all along the road, up and down the roads here in Hays. Now they don't even have, I tried to get a skating pond put over here by the beach. Talked to some years ago. You know, just kind of put liner in there and what's called. So the kids would have a place to learn how to ice skate, but they wouldn't listen to me. And our council, that's another about the elders, that they can do for, you know, listen to what the elders have to say, because they have more knowledge than these young people, you know, like that's in the council now. They have a lot more knowledge, and they can foresee things like our young kids. They don't utilize their mind. You know, all these young kids don't utilize their minds like the elders were taught us when we were little. You think things out and you visualize it, and then you pick the pros and the cons and see which one. If the pros are more, then that's your best way to go. Did you ever think of it that way? Like, you ever taught that? They should be teaching that in school. And then another thing that we was taught in boarding school, we all had story hours put in one of our classes. And we'd have to lay our head on our desk, and then they'd read to us. And then in our minds, we had to visualize in our own sense what we'd seen, what they were reading to us about. And then they'd kind of question us afterwards. And to everyone, our teachers, everyone was different what we visualized, but to the teacher, she pointed out in that sense it was right the way we seen it, in a long sense. And then we were all kind of right in our our visibility of it. Yeah. And another thing what I think they should teach the kids up there in school is make your kids use your imagination more. Use it for the good, though, because you can think, well, I'm going to go do this, and then what you go. That ain't right. Think what you could do good. Visualize what you can see around in your community. Start doing it. Get a group, bunch of your kids, and if people say anything, just say thank you. If they make fun of you, just say, well, thank you. Just don't get mad. Just, you want to join us? Because when I started the cleanup committee here in Hays, because I don't know if you kids remember how filthy this place was. Well, I started that because I could see what was being good. And then when the ones that were on the committee with me started putting me down, bitching the way I did it. So I just told them to take it and shove it. I just quit. Let them do it. They thought they could do it better, go ahead. But Janice Hawley did keep it up, picking up trash. No, every paycheck I'd save so much money out so I could buy the fence and put up my fence. And I went and all these trees you see in my yard, I went and dug them, went out and got them. I and my friend over at Landusky, hers are growing too big, but she's gone now. And but that's where I just took pride in my yard, what I seen. Thank you. Yeah, no, your grandma had a good yard too in it. And then I'd go around and give each house a garbage bag, just to keep trash picked up around. And then they'd leave it set out while we'd come around and pick it up. Nobody does that no more. Since I quit, nobody does it. See, like the basketball court over here, that bench got out. If your kids would go on, what I wanted to do was take my old pickup and then put the fence up back. And I asked the council, those tires they put around where they couldn't drive on it, to dig it and then set them all down so the truck cars couldn't drive. And the kids would still have a place to sit and just put those tires down deep. The council wouldn't even do that for us down here. See, the council won't acknowledge what a lot of us want for our community and stuff. Everything is for the agency. And then they still don't think the agency looks like a pig pen. Oh, yeah. Happy, Donnie and them, that, but they played a lot of, and Patty Moran and them, I come here. Yeah, they all played, the violin and everything. I say my grandma and my mom, and boarding school. To work hard. One of the best things my grandma ever taught me was self-help is the best help. Did you ever hear that? Well, and what I mean by that, she meant if you're going to go do the job, do it right so you don't have to come back and do it again. Just don't hurry and do the job right. I mean, when your grandma or whoever told you how they want it done, do it the way they want you to do it, and do it more like self-help would be helping yourself to do a better job in life to come, right? And I only went to the 8th grade in Pure. And what year was it when the shuttle exploded going into space? 58 or 68? 68. Okay, I went to 2 semesters of college at Belknap. Can't remember how come I didn't go back for the spring quarter. I had family difficulties, but I was getting good grades. I got, I think, 3.5, something like that in college. But I enjoyed it, enjoyed my teachers. Mr. Thackeray, he taught English and tribal, some history. I think, pretty sure, not too sure. I can't remember. I don't think I have dementia yet. Try not to, that's what I'm doing. See, the kids want to see the puzzle I'm putting up. It's a doozy. Think of what you want to do, and always think and listen to your elders. And it's hard not to listen to your peers, but then your peers don't. They're trying to steer you about what they're doing wrong, but don't listen to them half the time. Do your own thinking, only towards the good and for the help your fellow friends and your folks. Always think before you do something. Think, should I, shouldn't. I was telling I had 3 heart attacks so far. Holy cow, Pana, you're still, I still get up every morning, but I said, I've been lucky. The Creator, he hasn't made room for me in the happy hunting grounds yet. He's still trying to make room for me, but he ain't in no hurry. And in the happy hunting grounds, that's another thing my grandma taught me. Don't ever commit suicide or take your own life, because you'll never go to the happy hunting grounds. Your soul, your spirit will wander, never be, because it'll never find its place of peace. My grandma taught me, I'll never commit suicide because you won't go to happy hunting grounds. And that's what they call it. So that's why I say the Creator hasn't made room for me yet up there. He wants me to stay here on Earth a while. After 3 heart attacks, right? So I hope I helped you kids.